Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Personal PR Show. And today I'm super excited to have Carol Hampshire with us here all the way from South Africa.
Thank you so much, Jessica. I am so excited to chat to you today about branding and to be part of this great group as well. And yeah, so let's dive in.
Let's dive in, right? Exactly. Super. So I have to say, I have to start with this. I have to say that Carol, it's the first time that we're talking one another, yes. Right? So we texted, of course, to arrange this interview, but it's the first time that we are talking, kind of face to face. And but still, I heard your name so many times in this industry, like all year long. I heard your name in so many different circles, like, for example, in masterminds, in groups, when I'm talking one-on-one with people, your name always comes up. So you're really, really an icon in this industry, like in the coaching industry. Oh my God, how did you achieve that?
Jessica, I'm a bit blown away. I didn't know that, and I am just blown away by that introduction. So thank you so much. I think it's a tough question to ask because I just kind of do what I do.
Yeah.
And I believe that when I started my business 25 years ago, I had a motto that was, be so good that they don't ignore you.
Like the book, right?
That was like in my head when I was in my early 20s. And that was my intention, to be the best that I can be. And I'm hoping that, so I try to push myself. I'm very tough on myself. I'm a bit of a perfectionist. Each time I do a brand or a website, I want it to get better and better. I want my service to get better and better. So that is my intention. And I'm hoping that that has reflected in the industry and how people are talking about me. So I'm thinking that might be part of that. I just want to be the best that I can be.
Yeah, this is amazing. Yes, absolutely. You're so good that nobody can ignore you. Absolutely. Like the book. Have you ever read the book? So good they can't ignore you.
No, I haven't actually.
Yeah, you're the perfect example of that. It's just so good that people can't just, they can just ignore you. And then of course they talk about you and they recommend you. Because to tell you the truth, I know people that have worked with you, but I also know people who always say, oh my God, my dream for next year, for example, is to work with Carol. So There's like a queue of people that want to work with you. I'm sure you know about that, but amazing, like your name coming up, right? And then recently I was in a mastermind with somebody who's a client of yours, and she said, oh yeah, and I've just hired Carol, and I'm so excited. And everybody in the mastermind was like, oh yes, absolutely, Carol, I know her. I thought, oh my God, that she's a dream of mine as well. Yeah, this is a dream of so many entrepreneurs and coaches, especially. Well done, well done.
Thank you. I'm just blown away. Like I said, and another thing is that it's also, I'm normally behind the scenes. As a designer and branding person, I'm a little bit of an introvert. You'll find me behind the scenes, working, perfecting, trying out, doing different things. So I need to get more in touch with people online. I need to do that, but I'm a little bit reserved. I stand behind the scenes a little bit, but this makes me so happy to know that it really, really does.
Absolutely, definitely. Oh my God, it's so exciting. And by the way, we have somebody watching us on Facebook as well. Yes, exactly. Marwan and Lelo are watching us, and yes, and I'm sure that other people watch us too. So then later on, we will open it up for questions. Right, this is so cool. But one of my questions, before we get to somebody else's question, the audience's question, I do have a few questions for you as well. And my question is, how did you get started? How did you develop this interest, for this amazing field in which you excel today? I mean, you've excelled for many, many years. So have you always had this passion since you were a child?
Yes, I've always wanted to do something in design, branding, but when I started doing this, there was no such thing really as online branding. I remember I started this a long time ago, like 25 years ago. That was when I started my business. So
You study when you're a child, right? Because it doesn't add up.
I'm actually 51, believe it or not. So that's how old I am. So that's why I've been in the business for so long. But when I started, Jessica, I started designing, and maybe there are people out there that are listening, doing it like I had a very small mindset. I was doing logo designs and business cards. Remember, you probably might not remember, but everyone had a business card. And I designed letterheads, and I designed adverts for the newspaper. Like, that is what I was doing.
Yeah.
No such thing as website design really in those days. And then as I progressed, I started doing label designs, and then I started doing a little bit more, and then bigger brands, until finally there was a phase in my life where all my clients, and they were all locally based in Cape Town, was where I was actually designing at the time. And I lost, for some reason, there was a recession or something, and I kind of lost all my clients, and I had to do something. I literally was earning zero, from earning good money for a couple of years, just doing little bits of pieces all the time. And then I had to make a change. Like, I had to do something different. Yes. So I ended up in desperation going online and joining something called Elance, which is very similar to Upwork. It was Upwork, before Upwork was called Elance. And that is like a job site. It's like, I will do your logo for you for like $25. And that is how I started doing logos. So I did a bunch of logos, and I built that up slowly over a couple of years. And until I was kind of top on the leaderboard or whatever on that platform. And I knew that that was not what I wanted. So to answer your question, I kind of like jumped every now and again. I didn't quite know that this is what I wanted. I kind of reinvented myself every couple of years, which I think a lot of people are doing, and anyone who's listening might be doing that as well. They might have been doing something for a while and it suited them, but now they're ready for that next jump. And I like to leap jump. So hence, after that, I decided I really wanted to work with women entrepreneurs, specifically coaching industry, because I was actually a coach myself at that time. So I understood the dynamics of the law of attraction and how to really let go of limiting beliefs and really being the most powerful person you can be. And because of that, my business has expanded. It completely just expanded.
Wow. So we have two secrets of your success now. So the first one was be so good they can't ignore you. And number two is also the mindset, getting rid of the limiting beliefs and the law of attraction and so on. Because you are a coach yourself. So you learned all of these things, firsthand.
I did.
Wow, this is amazing. Are you still coaching, by the way?
I do brand and business mentorship more than coaching. So I wouldn't call myself a specific coach, but I might be going into that next year. I talk about those big business leaps. I think I might be heading in there somewhere in the near future. Who knows?
Ooh, keep us posted, please. We need to know.
I will.
We need to know. We need to say to the whole world.
Because I think there's power in that as a personal brand. Personal brand is about being visible online, having that confidence, having that magnetism, because people want to buy from people who have a personality, right? It's that simple. I'm not going to complicate things. I think what I'm really good is just simplifying everything down to its core. So if you're wanting to brand yourself, be very clear on who your personality is, what your why is, what your intention is, and people get that and they will buy from you. It's really that simple.
Wow, this is amazing. So I have a little question regarding this, and I'm so happy that we're getting into the discussion. The discussion is getting into personal branding. This is a favorite, topic of mine as well, and it's one of the pillars of personal PR, like in my book, of course. And yes, so one of the questions that I have is, in order to really understand the personality of your clients, before you translate the personality and the essence of your clients into, of course, the visual dimension, do you actually have them take personality tests? Because my clients, when we work on personal branding, they have to take six personality tests. Number one, and they have to do a 360-degree assessment. So they have to ask a lot of people, and then they have to self-assess as well, the test, and then, the 360 degrees assessment from various people, from various circles in their life. So how do you get the essence, the personality of a client?
Okay, I go straight in. I do have a questionnaire that I give. It's very, very small questionnaire, but I base a lot of my personality types on archetypes that I've actually created myself. So over years and years, I've realized I've brought it down to 4 personality types or archetypes, more than personality types. And I can quite easily sense which one of those a person is. Then they're always more than the other one. So you'll never be 100%. There'll be a little bit of something else. So for example, I've got, they've called the boho chic, which is mine. I am freedom loving. You can see that I've got like more naturals, the ocean. I love swimming with dolphins. So you can see even my surroundings show off my essence, a little bit of gold, but warmness. Yeah. And then I've got 3 more, the mystic maven, who's more about healing and the groundedness. She's probably a therapist. I have something called the lavish lux, and she's probably a wealth coach. She's into abundance. She's into, she's very much a fire sign extrovert. And then we have the rebel vixen, which is a little bit delicious name, right? She is wanting to shake things up a bit. She's a bit of a revolutionary, and she is wanting to use her voice to share with others to change. So I would call you perhaps a rebel vixen. In other words, you use the media to change things up, connect with people, move people, do things. Like she wants things done now. And not only that, I've also looked into it a little bit deeper, and I'm still refining this. So it's a work in progress. So for someone like yourself, maybe you, in the past, you experienced that you didn't have your voice, you felt like you were invisible, or your voice might have felt stifled, or you were stuck. So hence you've overcome that in your life, created your personality through being confident and finding your confidence and your truth again, and you're sharing that through beautiful ways of media, right? For mine, I like the safety of, so I must have felt unsafe in my life, for example, in a time in my life. Hence, I'm wanting the safety. I'm wanting a freedom-based lifestyle. So I will do anything that I can to create a pool of abundance so that I can go out and then enjoy myself and go on holiday and do the things that I want to do. So we all have a bit of that in ourselves, but each one of ourselves is a little bit different. To answer your question, I realize I'm going in a bit of a circle. I'm also highly intuitive, so I can see people's identity. And I think it's difficult to put someone in a box completely. Everyone is so unique. But I've got the ability to look at someone and really get a sense of what they are here to do, how they were here to help transform others, like what their special gift is. And through a various little bit of questioning and going back and forth, I'm able to then dig quite deep and tell them, hold on, I think this is where you need to go. This is your niche. And they're like, oh my gosh, you've got me, like you've got me, I get it. So that's the exciting part, and seeing that spark come alive, right? Absolutely come alive. And then from that place, it's super easy to brand somebody because I'm able to see the colors that reflect that personality type. I'm able to create a brand that gives the right kind of energy to the outside world. So I'm busy working with a client at the moment, and she is wanting to make sure that her website has a beautiful calming effect. So we're making sure that her personality and the calmness of that website comes across. Other ones are brighter and more powerful and kind of more vibrant. So when you come onto the website or their brand, you get a slice of them, and you get a bit of them into your field, and you will align to that. If you're going to pick that up, you're going to align to that and say, yes, this person, I love them. I want to learn more. I'm going to go and see their website. I want to see what they offer, and hopefully get into their, their funnels as well.
Yes. Oh my God, this is amazing. I have to watch the recording of this and take notes. Yes. Wow. I love the archetypes. And I love the fact as well that these archetypes they just came about from all of your experience. It's not that one day you wrote, you sat down and said, okay, I have to come up with 4 archetypes. I think it just came by exposure to so many people, because how many clients have you worked? How many coaches have you worked with in all of these years?
I mean, thousands. I really should count how many. It's been a long time. It's been a long time. Like, I've been doing the online world probably for about 13, 14 years. So I can actually go back. I have all the records. I should sit down one day and go back, but it's been a lot of people. Yeah.
Do you know what? This would be amazing also if you want to pitch the media, when you have your little media bio. The media love numbers, they love facts. So if you can say how many clients you have served in your career, like how many coaches even, so it's more targeted. So how many coaches you have served, and then of course other credentials. Oh, the media would love it, because your numbers are going to be like super impressive.
That's a great tip.
Yeah, of course. Really
great tip. Yeah. I'll do it this weekend. I'll make a note. I'll do it this weekend and kind of get my numbers. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you want to send me your media bio, please send it to me. I'll have a look. If you want, I'll give you also templates of media bio. Anyway, guys, sorry, we're just having a little. I love that.
This is amazing. Yes, so cool. And so I love the archetypes, and then I love the fact that you are so intuitive. So probably you are intuitive by nature, and then maybe with time, with this great exposure that you have to so many coaches, probably your intuition developed even further, right? So now for you, it's like a very quick exercise, right? You just see somebody and you already immediately get an idea. Wow.
Yes.
And that, yes, and you associate with that archetype, then you immediately associate the colors. And of course, for example, the shapes and the fonts, sorry, not fonts, but typefaces. I've learned typefaces. Right? Yeah, so it's amazing.
So yes, they kind of come to me, and obviously that's also based on the client. The client will naturally be drawn to certain things.
Yes.
So I watch things like, what are they wearing? What does the background look like on their Zoom calls? That gives me so much information on who they are, because even the jewelry that they wear, you'd be surprised. And it's exciting because they all know this. It's just about putting it together and boxing it in such a way that other people have that.
Yes, absolutely.
We have our essence. If you look into your wardrobe, you'll see the colors you wear. You see the places that you go to when you're not working, and you can get a sense of all of that.
Oh my God. Yes. Sorry. I had to say, I only wear black. I have many clothes, but they all look this. They don't all look the same. They have different shapes, of course, but they're all black. Everything is black because it's much easier. Of course, I'm not proud of this, but at least I can say that it's convenient. But I love that you have so many colors. Look at your background, for example, the green of the plants. And then I love the colors of your shirt as well. And I love the flowers, by the way. What flowers are they?
Those are proteas. They're from South Africa. And at the back, you'll see over here a mermaid picture. So it's a little bit, you probably can't see it, but there's always the essence of who I am coming through. And because you wear a lot of black, that's probably the rebel vixen as well. She is like, there's a beautiful power in the color black. It's beautiful. And that is a very powerful stand. It's like, I've got a voice. I have something to say, like, listen to me. So, yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much. And by the way, Carol, I have a question. Are you currently on a boat, on your boat?
No, I'm not. I have a houseboat, which is a bit of a funny thing. I live on the water, so my home is on a canal, a man-made canal. So it's in a waterfront, and it's very, very beautiful. So I have some moorings outside my house where I can park a boat, right? Crazy. So a couple of years ago, I actually ended up buying a houseboat, which is literally, I can just outside my house. So I can walk out the house, get onto my jetty, and literally get on the boat and drive it. So I'm a captain as well. I can drive the houseboat. And that, again, is something that's part of my personality. So when it comes to marketing yourself as a brand as well, this is part of my marketing, because I instinctively love the water. I love the ocean. I love the freedom it gives me. So as part of my brand, I make sure to share that with people who are watching. So it's a really good thing to do for anyone who's wanting to market themselves. They don't have to make it so formal all the time. You can actually make it very, you can market yourself in such a way that's aligned to you, whether you love going to wine farms, or whether you love your family, or you got like 6 children, or you love animals, like whatever it is, it really sets you up and lights you up. The more you share that online, the more people are going to be aligned to you and going to say, I love this person. This person has got a personality. I would be her friend if I met her in real life. And it's more likely that they will want to buy from you as well. It will happen over time. You don't do it consciously. It's a subconscious thing that happens.
Yes, you're so right. Oh my God, I'm so happy that you brought this up, because I see, like, with some people, I work on thought leadership, and they tend to be very, very, let's say, to really want to focus on their competence, on their breakthrough idea in a very rational way. And I'm like, no, let's bring your personality, let's bring your personal brand, not only, to the communication, to your communication in general, but really into your breakthrough idea, into your thought leadership, right? So it was you that had this breakthrough idea, and why was it you and nobody else had this breakthrough idea? This way you bring basically the person, the character, the personal brand into the breakthrough idea and the thought leadership, right? And I do see that some people have resistance, or even just in personal branding. I mean, we don't have to go to thought leadership, just in personal branding. They maybe would like to create a brand for their business, and they don't want to share too much of their personal life, and they are scared that they will have to show everything. And I'm like, not to worry, let's just show, we will be selective, strategically selective, right? And we will show a few things, but this will make your character, the image that you give of yourself, a little bit rounder, not so flat, just business, a little bit rounder. And this, of course, will create trust, as you just said. And then, of course, like and trust, they need to be in place in order for you to, to make an impact, or maybe to sell as well, if that is the case, if that is what you want to achieve. You're so right. And so I constantly say, we don't need to see 100% of you. People are not even interested. It wouldn't even work if you, showed 100% of you. Just, let's pick 3-5 items that are relevant and that correspond basically to the goal that you want to achieve, right? Would you agree as well that we just need to be selective?
100% agree with that. 100% agree, because the bad news is that the competition is getting so high on social media. I mean, you would know, someone in the media industry, the competition is crazy. So in order to stand out, and you mentioned the word iconic, how do you stand out as an iconic brand? You have to be a personality. You have to show yourself. It's not easy for, again, there's many introverts like myself out there, but you can do it with strategy. I don't show all of my life. There are some things that I don't. I have a son who's, 23 years old. I don't share too much about him because he's older now. He doesn't want to be on social media. He doesn't want his mom putting him stuff on there. But I'll definitely talk about him, but there's some things I keep more hidden, if that makes sense. But yes, a great strategy for anyone out there. And please don't think that their personality is flat. Everyone has something unique about them, whether it's where they traveled or their love of giving to charities or some cause. There's always something that you can share with other people, always.
Absolutely. I love this. I love this. Wow. And are there any, if we go a step back to, you know, translating a client's personality, a coach's personality in this case, and essence into the visual dimension, do you also take these little elements from somebody's lifestyle into consideration as well? For example, let's say, I don't know, they have a passion for animals or for flowers. Will you also try to bring, I don't know, flowers or whatever into the visual identity as well? Yes?
I would suggest they do that in their brand photographs, because the brand photographs are so important when it comes to visual branding. Visual branding needs to be really very intentional. We don't want too many items on there because, or too many typefaces, too many colors, too many graphics, because it gets overwhelming. Our brains are geared now to be overwhelmed by so much media. So when we come onto someone's brand, we want to have it a little bit, I like to have a little bit less on the brand, because then people will instinctively probably spend a bit more time there because they're not feeling overwhelmed. But to answer your question, I would certainly say if someone is into travel, or if they love coffees, or if they love wine farms, if they love whatever it is, animals, flowers, to put that then in their photographs, because that personality will then shine through, and the brand needs to be in alignment with your photographs, because that's the first thing we read with our eyes. Right? We read that with our eyes. And that's why part of the branding is really helping people come alive and create a brand visuals that feels like them and also is iconic, right? So I am literally got off a call with someone who is a photographer, and we are chatting about a brand shoot. She's I met her while diving with dolphins in South Africa, and she is an incredible free diver and photographer. So she's like, Carol, I want you to do some crazy things. We're going to be in the water, we're going to be doing this. And I'm like, this is how to create an iconic brand as well, to do things in your photographs that are above and beyond everybody else. So I hope that has helped, like, and given people also some ideas in what they could do for their brand pictures. What could you do that's over and above what everyone else is doing? Maybe, for example, if you're a rebel vixen and you are a bit of an extrovert and you're a wealth coach, for example, or a feminine embodiment coach, what about having the next shoot at a beautiful boutique hotel, like really luxurious with colors and golds, and go there, for example? Wouldn't that be exciting if someone looked at that? That would really make you stand out from the crowd. So I help come up with those ideas. I've got clients who are mystic mavens, who are very earthly, and we helped her get a brand where she's literally in the woods, backed up against a tree. And that was so beautiful. Her personality just completely shines through, and just foliage and the green. And she was so, so beautiful. So each person's personality, I help them really activate that while being on camera, if that makes sense.
Absolutely. I'm so glad that you brought it up, because that was going to be my next question. It was going to be, Carol, as actually, do you also work with personal branding photographers? And you answered the question even before I asked it. And my next question, though, still on the same line, is going to be, do you then, I don't know, do you create little teams, maybe ad hoc teams as well, in which you basically get together with the client and the personal branding photographer, and also maybe a stylist as well, and maybe even, I don't know, like a makeup artist and a hairstylist as well? You all get together and you say, okay, this is how we're going to do it. And I don't know, have you ever had a workshop like that? Because that would be so cool. I
You're
mean, I
giving
love
me
that.
some ideas. You give me some ideas. I haven't done anything like that, but it's definitely on the cards. I have clients like all over the world. So I don't necessarily know the photographer and the local photographer and local makeup artist, but it's always something to consider. And I obviously help them articulate what they're wanting from the photographer, so that when they go to the shoot, there is a strategic formula and making sure that their person gets the best out of their day with the photographer. But yes, I can certainly see that. It could even be a workshop where I show people how to brief photographers, or how to do makeup, or what accessories, or what to wear. I'm certainly looking at that.
Oh my God, a workshop or even a masterclass that
I know.
is sold basically in the back end. You don't have to be present all the time, because I know that you're so busy. Oh my God, this is amazing. How many people would be interested in this? Wow, that's so cool. Like, I just had an idea as well, like, because sorry, it's my stuff. It's not related to anything visual right now. But I was like, why don't I go back to just doing media training, right? Because I do media relations, and media training is a part of media relations. I could just do a masterclass or workshops about media training. So basically, to teach people how to be interviewed on podcasts and so on. It doesn't have to be TV. Like right now, most entrepreneurs are interviewed on podcasts, right?
Yes,
this is it doesn't have to be mainstream media immediately and TV. Certainly that is needed. So anyway, these are my own thoughts. I have nothing to do with, of course, but in conversation with you, I'm having so many ideas. You are activating my creativity, because you're so creative yourself.
Beautiful. I love it.
It's amazing. Have you ever run out of ideas?
Never. No, never ever. Although I do realize that as a creative, and if there are other creatives listening to this as well, it's really important to take some time out. So I noticed that if I don't have a bit of a break between big projects, that I kind of get a little burnt out, because I'm a creative, because I need to spend a bit of time getting my creative juices back, right? So I never run out of ideas. I always find so much, and I think people inspire me. I think my passion is really helping people get their voice online, like through visuals. Like my clients are just in awe of what they are doing. They really are change makers. They are making such a big impact in the world, and it gives me so much joy to being part of that, to lift them up, and then to kind of let their light shine so people buy into that. And also, keeping in mind my personality type, I want people to have freedom in their lives. I want them to have a good life, right? It's not all just about the work. I love what I do. You can see I can talk about it all the time. I know you love what you do as well, but you live in an incredible city as well. So do I. We want to explore this. We want to have fun with our lives as well. So I think that's important, to keep that in mind. You don't want to do too much. You still want to feed your soul. And sometimes being away from the computer gets me excited, gives me more ideas. So when the next person comes and I start working with them, I'm so excited. I'm enthusiastic, and I get to give them the best of me as well.
Yes, this is amazing. One of the things you mentioned a few seconds ago is that you are super excited working with the people that are making such a big impact in the world. And I'm sure that that you are also making a huge impact in the world. And also, I remember that a few minutes ago, you mentioned that you like quantum leaping in business. So, and the next quantum leap is it is getting ready. So what does the future hold, or 2023 hold for you, Carol?
Crazy. So I'm literally also writing down in my book right here some ideas, because I am percolating some ideas, but I am passionate about two things right now that I want to include into my product suite. And one is a mastermind for creatives like myself, designers, web designers, photographers perhaps who work for, you know, almost time, like per hour, right? They're all done for you service. So I'm wanting to create a mastermind for people like that, because I've got so much experience. I've got 25 years, and help other people quantum leap as much as I did, because we all tend to get stuck and plateau creatively and financially as well. So I want to work with a select amount of people and really help them grow their design business and have the kind of incredible brand for themselves and to brand themselves a lot stronger. That's the one thing I want to do. And the second thing is I am busy creating a beautiful website templates, so that are going to be made by me. I know that not everyone can get onto my calendar. So I'm busy creating a 10-page website with all the things that a coach would need, as well as, you know, Canva templates and tutorials and photography. You know, this is how you should do your photo shoot. This is how you should write your copy. This is the kind of copy I suggest. So really supporting people to do it themselves in a way, and giving them all the tools that they need to quantum leap themselves, because people do need support. They need more than just a coach. They need more than a, they need a structure. And that's the one thing that's stopping them, I think, really shining online, is because they feel embarrassed about their brand. So I'm going to be doing a beautiful, very low priced. I want this to be accessible to as many people as possible. That includes branding kits as well. So you've got branding kits, you've got all kinds of things in there. It's just everything that you would need to brand yourself in such a beautiful way as well.
This is amazing. Please keep us posted, because then when you launch the kit, then you have to come back on the show. We need to talk about the kit, because there are so many people in the group that would need it, right? Oh my God.
I know.
I love ask Kaylin yourself, right? Because in these two different ways, because you're going to serve more people. So more people are going to have, let's say, access, not maybe directly to you, but to your work, to the principles of course that you have created over your amazing career. And at the same time, also designers will be able to learn from you. Yeah, that could even be, I mean, are you going to certify them? Is it going to be like a certification program, so to say?
I haven't thought about it. Yes, that's, I mean, who knows? Who knows? Right. I think there's so much to consider. And yes, I think that, like I said, you're giving me ideas as well. You're giving me such ideas. I'm actually writing, I'm trying to talk and write. Don't forget certification.
Exactly. Yes, take your time to write it down. I'm taking notes as well, you know, but I have like one of my best friends is a high performance coach, and she is like her title is high performance coach, and then certified by Brendan Burchard, for example.
Yes.
So because he's an icon, of course, he's a name in the field, but and he can do it, and you can do it too, because we know that your brand, your reputation is super established in the field, so you will be recognizable. And this is, of course, for you. It's a benefit for you, but it's a benefit as well for the designer. They, you know, that will put themselves in the market out there, and people will be like, "Ooh, that person, that designer was actually certified by Carol. Oh my God, I should work with them." Yes, that's so cool. Yeah, benefit for both. Amazing.
And I think I remember many years ago, I did a bit of work on his branding. Brendan Burchard. We're talking about 5 years ago. It was a long time ago. I wasn't in contact with him. I was in contact with someone who was working on his team.
Right.
But amazing people to work with. I love it. Yes, I love all your ideas. I think
yours as well. I'm writing down a lot of things for my next personal branding photo shoot, for example. And of course, I'm going to out myself here. One of my dreams is to work with you, of course. I'm not just talking about people that I hear that I'm in contact with, but I was also talking about myself when I was saying that one of my dreams work with you. So I'll get in touch with you next year.
Please do. I would love to work with you. And yes, I would. Undoubtedly, I'd love to do that.
Thank you so much, Carol. This is so cool. And I see that unfortunately we are approaching the end of our conversation. So I'm going to ask you a question that is a little bit of a silly or sometimes provocative question. I don't know. Let's see how you interpret it. Maybe you think it's completely normal. I don't know. Some people don't like it. Some people are like, yes, please ask me this question. So what is a question that I haven't asked you yet, but I should have asked you?
That's a good question. What should you have asked me? Okay, give me some time. I think this is a really good question. Really good question.
All the time in the world. Need it? Absolutely.
I'm just leading into it.
Of course.
I think would be a good question is, why are people don't have the confidence to be visible online? Ooh. I think I'm looking at that from anyone who's watching this, and they probably are thinking, I also want an iconic brand. I want this, but you know what? I don't feel that I'm good as these people. I've just started and I'm intimidated. And who am I? And I'd love to help people like that, because we all feel like that no matter where we are in our coaching journey or industry journey. We all get feelings like that. So if that was the question you asked me, I would say to people that are perhaps starting out and they might feel intimidated, that we all started that way. And people buy from personalities, like we mentioned that earlier. So if you can, take some time to figure out what sets you apart from other people.
Yes.
What is your essence? What makes you special? Stop looking at everybody else. Go inwards. Find out your special secret sauce and share that with the world. This is where you can share your personal stories. Everyone loves to read personal stories. Tell me what happened in your life that made you decide to become a empowerment coach or a PR person or a designer. Like, what happened? Like, tell me your heart. So share your heart with me. And that is going to really set you apart from everybody else. It's going to make you iconic today. Like, how can you be iconic today? If that was the question, this is what you can do. Just stand up and say, I am iconic. I have an incredible brand, and I am going to share myself with the world. And ask for the sale. Confidence is about asking people, this is who I am. This is what I'm excited about. This is my vision. This is who I want to work with. This is how you work with me. This is what you do to work with me. Message me now, click here, do that. So please, if anyone is listening, don't be afraid to just ask for what you are needing. Stand up, be confident. I know that you can. We believe in you. You're on the right path. Don't think that you are doing things wrong if you are feeling like you don't have enough clients, or your money's not coming in fast enough, or you're feeling creatively stuck or hitting a plateau. Your gift is right underneath the surface. Just go and do it. Get out and get visible.
Yes, absolutely. Oh my God, I love it. I love it. This is such a cool encouragement for a lot of our audience, for a lot of members of our audience, because I hear this problem all the time. You know, there's a part of our audience that is like, yes, of course. Like when we do challenges, they immediately get on the challenge. For example, right now we have 100 days live challenge, and so many people got on it, and so they're completely fine with that. And some people, I talk, with a lot of people from this audience, and some are like, oh, I would really love to be able to, show my face, go live, for example, show my face, even just on Instagram or so, or maybe even, make a post in your group, but I'm so scared. And this, what you've just said, is something that they should hear, and like really the empowerment and the encouragement, definitely. So I will definitely listen to this live again, and I will write down a couple of things, because this is really what people need to hear. So thank you so much for sharing that, Carol.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Awesome.
Been a lovely, lovely time with you. Thank you so much for inviting me and for sharing your heart with me as well. Thank you so much.
Of course, my dear, definitely. And I will be in touch. We have had amazing ideas, and I have a list here in front of my eyes, and definitely I will follow up because good things are coming our way. Oh my God, so cool. Thank you so much for making the time, Carol. And yes, come back soon. When you launch the kit, please come back to the show.
I will do. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. And thank you guys for following us. We will see you at the next episode of the Personal PR Show. Bye, everybody. Bye, Carol.
Bye.
Thank you.